What's going on, guys? Corey from Lion Dads. I help my fellow dads get back in shape and get healthy using a carnivore diet and back to basics fitness. And in today's video, I'm going to go over and address a question that was asked to me. But first, I want you guys to go down and hit like and hit subscribe on this video. Hit the notification bell so you can get more of my content. And also leave a comment. Let me know how things are going for you guys. So the question I got was basically how the carnivore diet has ruined foods for you. And that was basically it. It was basically saying, since you don't get to eat your processed foods, your carbs, your sugars, your, obviously fruits, vegetables, things like that, and we're pretty much limited to eating animal meat products, foods, however you want to classify everything. Basically, how has that ruined other foods for you? Things that maybe I used to enjoy or that used to be a part of my life that aren't now, that I don't look at as quite being healthy or part of my lifestyle anymore. And I sat and I thought about it for a while, and I've gone over it plenty of times in here. There are a lot of foods that used to be a big part of my life that I don't eat anymore. Not just foods, but also things like alcohol and other things like that. Desserts, pastas and all that kind of stuff. Pizza that used to be a big part of my life that I don't eat anymore. And I guess the way it's being framed is this diet ruined those for me. And so when I thought about it, the conclusion that I came to was that I don't want to say that this diet ruined them for me. I don't like speaking in negatives like that, especially about the way that I eat and about the way my lifestyle is now. Since I've taken on a carnivore diet, and I've seen this happen with many people, not just with me, but the benefits that it's brought to my life and the improvement and just the absolute level up that's happened in my life over these next almost 4 years, which is unbelievable, completely outweighs the impact that it's had on my life from a standpoint of the other foods that I used to eat, if that makes any sense. So, when I sit here and I hear, oh, it ruined all these other foods for you, what that basically is telling me is those foods are superior, or they're good, or they're this, or they're that. And now this thing has just completely wrecked them and I don't want to eat them anymore. And that's really not the case. What it did was it showed me that the path that I was on was the wrong one, that the choices that I was making were poor, that the impact that these foods were having on my life were not good. They were causing me harm. And so I don't say that it ruined them for me. The way that I'd like to phrase it is to say that they saved me from them, or the diet saved me from those bad decisions I was making. Because ultimately that's what those foods were. They were bad choices. They were bad decisions that I was making. And it took me finding this way of eating to rectify that in my life. So when I sit and I think about, this way of eating, this carnivore diet, if you will, I think it's a mindset thing. When I think about the food that I used to eat and to the foods that I currently eat, there's a whole lot less. There's a whole lot less foods that I'm taking in. So ultimately, that's cutting out all these bad things. And I look at my life as I had two roads to go down. I can go down one road and I can eat this diet. I can eat this carnivore diet and I can embrace it and I can have a positive attitude toward it. And I can say, man, since I've cut all these other things out, look what's happened. I've lost 60, 70 pounds of weight. Man, I had all these joint pains, these inflammation, all these ailments and stuff. They're gone. I used to deal with allergies constantly. Like, it's shocking right now because it's that time of year where allergies are coming back and I haven't had anything. I just cut my grass like 2 hours ago. I feel great, no problems. It used to kill me. It was debilitating. I haven't experienced allergies in 3 years. I threw all my medications away. Haven't taken one allergy med, since 2020. I can look at all that and I can be grateful for all that. My sleep, my hormones, everything. Or I can go down the other road and I can say, man, this is a bunch of BS. This is crap. I used to eat all these awesome foods and I used to have a good time going out with my buddies and drinking all these beers and, crushing a pizza and hitting a drive-through, coming home from work and getting tacos or doing whatever. And now I can't do that anymore. I used to feel like absolute shit in the process, but, I used to have all these like quick little, 2-minute dopamine hits that I miss that. I think it's kind of a no-brainer when you sit and you look at it from that standpoint or that point of view. If you told me today you can optimize your body and you can feel great, you can feel better than you ever have, and you can look better than you ever have, and you can, have all these positive benefits. All you have to do is cut out this. You can never have that again. I would do that in a heartbeat. I would do more than that. I would give up a lot more than I have to get to where I am now. And what that has done for me is given me a grateful mindset for the way I eat. I'm glad, I'm grateful that I stumbled upon this way of eating, because I've said it in other videos, I've tried everything. I've tried keto, I tried counting calories, I tried high protein, like macro tracking, I tried all this kind of stuff. I tried adding high fiber, more vegetables, all that kind of stuff. And none of those were able to last 2, 3, 4 months. And I was back to my old bad habits again. And I was back to getting fat and feeling like crap. And, I need a break from this diet and all that. This one has lasted me going on 4 years. 4 years. I never would have thought I'd come to this point. My only regret is that it took me 37 years or whatever it was to get to this point. My only regret is I didn't eat this way when I was 20 or when I was 15. I try to, it's a pointless exercise, but sitting and thinking about where I would be from a health and a fitness standpoint right now, if I'd have done this diet when I was 16, 17, 18 years old, the possibilities of that are mind-blowing to me. So these are the things that I think about when people ask me how this diet has ruined other foods for me. I don't think of it as ruining anything. I don't think of it as taking things out of my life and causing these deficiencies in my life and making it not as fulfilling. It's made my life far more fulfilling than I ever have. For the last 4 years, going on 4 years now, I'm able to look at myself in the mirror and be like, damn, I like who this guy is now and I like where he's going. I'm not a finished product. I still have a ways to go. I've got a bunch of goals. I've been doing some experimentation on myself, as I've said on here, with like different bulks and cuts and things like that. And so I'm still making tweaks and I'm still learning things and I'm sharing those results with you guys. I consider myself basically a human guinea pig on here and I report the results back to you. But for me, it's not a negative thing. I don't want to have negative thoughts when I think of the way I eat. I'm just happy and grateful for the results that I received. And I think developing that kind of mindset would help all of you, find the same path and make this lifestyle change and in this way of eating a lot more sustainable. So just food for thought, just things to think about. And I hope you guys found some benefit from this. And hopefully if you ever have that question of, what has this taken from me? Instead, stop and think, what has this given me? What has eating this way brought to my life and helped me level up and optimize myself as a man, as a dad in this society, and a good example for the people around me? Because you are. Once you lose all this weight, once you take back your health and fitness using this way of eating, people are going to come and they're going to ask you what you did, and that you're going to tell them, and you may not get you get a lot of them that roll their eyes and think you're crazy, but you'll get one or two that are like, I'm giving this a shot. And when you see that change that you brought to somebody else's life, there's not a pile of food in the world that is worth that. It's invaluable. The feeling you'll get knowing that you impacted somebody else and you improved their life and possibly saved it. So that should just about do it for today, guys. Like I said, not that long of a video. As always, links to my Twitter and Facebook, they're down in the description of the video. Also, head over to lion-dads.com. There's a link in there to join our online community on Discord. We go over a lot of stuff, a lot more than just the carnivore diet fitness stuff. There's career enhancement stuff in there, networking. And my vision for it is to be a place that a lot of dads can go in there and collaborate and get advice from each other and network and create opportunities and change their lives in ways they never thought was possible. So that's it. I will catch you guys in the next one, and peace out.